This is Blizzard's last chance to save Diablo 4. This is their last. This is another last chance, bro. How many chances are we on? I mean, oh god, enough. But this is, guys, this is the last time for real. Okay.
Diablo 4 is at a critical point in its development. There is no secret that since the launch of the game in June, Diablo 4...
Well, they also cut a lot of the employees that were working on the team whenever they did the layoffs. And I'm going to be honest, that's a Rip Bozo situation. They didn't know how to fucking make a game. Thank God they're gone.
Had a roller coaster of
Game
a reception. In fact, I think it looks something like this. The game originally came out to reception that was fairly high until it dawned upon everyone, myself included, that there is core fundamental parts of the game that are not fully realized. For instance, itemization would be one of these. We also had a lack of an end-game loop that was very exciting. So the reception started to go downhill until it hit a point right here where they decided to, in pre-season 1, nerf everyone's power. That was very poorly received. This made players feel not only like there's a lack of things to do, but when they logged into their completed characters, they felt even worse than they did the day before. This plummeted the reception.
Yeah, that patch that they brought out, I remember. Do you remember the one where they nerfed CDR? You know, like who asked to nerf CDR?
Until season 1 was launched, and people originally had something to do. There was an apology going with it saying that nerfs, don't worry, we're not going to do these major nerfs again. They apologized for it. People seem to accept that apology, and then people once again realized that season 1 is just malignant tunnels, a few legendary powers, and the reception started going downhill again. Now, we did have...
This is like 2 days after the game came out.
Diablo 4, in my opinion's biggest W so far has been Season 2.
He's totally right about this. I genuinely had fun playing Season 2. I'm sorry. I got to level 100. I leveled up my gems. I killed Uberduriel. I played through the season. I had fun playing the game. I'd give it a solid 8. Is it anywhere near the fun that I had in Metamorphosis League and Path of Exile or Ritual League? No. But it was good. It was a great experience.
That is what this is right here, where they had a good season. Not only did they add into season 2 things to do, so we had like the Blood Tide, which was a good leveling experience.
It was
actually
great.
Brought players together in a Blood Tide.
That was the Green Helltide, by the way.
Had decent loot associated with the Blood Tide, but you also had powers
the loot was great.
Like a seasonal mechanic, which the vampire powers were very well received. You got sort of that power fantasy back that we had lost with the pre-season nerfs here. So people started to feel strong again. And on top of it, they added new bosses into the game.
The problem also is that every time that Blizzard makes very hard content for Diablo 4, so like the same problem with New World happens with Diablo 4. New World, so the more seriously you take the game, the less fun the game is. Whereas if you're a level 23 character and you're fishing, you're taking the game you're down here on the serious level, right? But the fun is all the way up here. You're having a lot of fun. And then, if you're trying to do mutated 10 dungeons where you're having to deal with incomplete animations and mobs that bug out randomly, and then character one-shots, and then trying to change your gear, they don't have this anymore, but trying to change your gear gems so, you know, there's like an economy around buying and making gems. What the fuck is going on? And then like, oh, my character's desyncing again because it's getting too close to the character model. And, fucking Amazon's proprietary lumberyard engine that it's called lumberyard because it's made out of wood is burning down again whenever I'm interacting with an NPC and I'm too close to it. So I'm like rubber banding around here. Like, oh, then now you fucking hate the game. Oh, I tried to jump off this and then my character like desynced and fell down. So New World is the exact same as Diablo 4, where the combat feels amazing whenever it's really easy because you're not playing it to a degree that you can see the cracks. But if you play New World and you play at a very high level, you will see that the game is extremely fucking janky. And Diablo 4 is the exact same way. Diablo 4 has a tremendous level of jank and fuckiness, but nobody knows it because the game is so easy. So the moment that you actually make really hard content, that hard content puts a magnifying glass on the fuckiness.
Had Uber Durio, which was fun to farm because now Ubers are an option. But then people realized, wait a minute, Uber Durio actually isn't fun to farm. The in-game loop here is just farming materials and things
really
like Hell Tides, which was another
nobody wanted to do Hell Tides
reception in terms of, okay, you get to the in-game, and now the in-game loop is farming materials to be gate kept by those materials in order to do the boss. So we had an initial spike of this is fun.
And it's also that the drop rate of the legendaries was so low. Like, for example, what is the drop rate of Ashes of Stars in PoE? The necklace. What's the drop rate? On Uber Searing Exarch. It's like 2%. 5% for Uber? Yeah, okay, so 5%. That's way lower than the drop rate of the Uber uniques. Ashes is trash now? Yeah, I don't know. But like whenever I was playing, it was really, really good. So that's the same, if not lower drop rate than having an Uber unique drop. And then you have to roll which one is going to drop. And the big difference there is that you can trade it. You can't trade the Uber uniques. Like if I do Searing Exarch, I don't get it, but I save up the currency, then I can buy it. But like there's nothing that you can do in Diablo 4 to overcome bad RNG except for pulling the slot machine level more. That is why I thought Reaper of Souls was worse than the original Diablo 3. One of my worst takes that everybody disagrees with, everybody hates, but I think a game with trading that is an ARPG will always be better than a game without trading. And the only exception is that maybe the new Last Epoch system with like that fucking Circle of Fates thing, maybe that's better. But other than that, I genuinely feel like trading, like that's why I quit playing Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. Like, because I don't want to just like, what am I doing here? Like, am I a fucking idiot? Like, I'm just sitting here re-rolling belts for me to get a version of a primal ancient belt that has 0.2% more crit? Like, oh, I have a witching hour and it has 48% crit damage and I want it to get to 50? Like, what kind of a fucking idiot does that? It's just, it's not fun to farm something that's that small. You can trade Ubers now? Really? That's good. Well, whenever I was playing, you weren't able to. So, like, I did the Uber Unique farm for, like, a day or so. And also, like, I did the farm and I power leveled as a streamer. And so, like, I had viewers, like, just feed me kills. And even I got tired of it. And I wasn't even farming the loot. That's terrible.
And then the in-game loop started to get boring again as people got pigeonholed into just farming. And then we had the release of Season 3, which was probably the most poor reception of any update we had seen in Diablo 4 to this point. And that was
to this point.
By the same team that had made Season 1. They actually have teams that leapfrog each other. So Season 1 makes 1, 3, 5, etc. And the team that made Season 2 is making 4, 6, 8, etc. So Season 3 had some poor reception. And they realized that they needed to change things based upon the feedback. They added some changes to the patch in terms of rewards and the mechanics of the vaults. And they changed the pet up a little bit. This seemed to be better, well received. And then Gauntlet at least gave you something to do and sort of flatlined it. Now you're going to look at this and think, okay, what is this giant spike up in terms of reception and goodwill?
A new commercial with Megan Fox. I know. Yep. That's what it's going to be, guys. You know it.
By the players. Well, this is the potential. We are currently right here, ladies and gentlemen, in the timeline. This is where we are right now. And that
Bro, this is such a copium video. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh shit. Bro, I hope so much that he's right. Isn't Darth Echo Connection, isn't he right now in California for the PoE 2 event? I saw the picture he took with Zizrain. Yeah. Okay. He's already moved on, man. Yeah, he's moved on already. Oh God.
That is because they have announced that the most requested change in all of Diablo 4 is about to be revealed. If you look here, it says, tune into our next campfire chat, the public test realm revealed. This is March.
No way. No way that the fucking announcement is that we're going to have to beta test their game for free. No fucking way. Are you kidding me? Like, no. How is it that we have to beta test their game? They have like 3 moving pieces of this of the itemization and the gameplay in the game. Then meanwhile, PoE can come out and they can do like, yeah, we have a little bit of fuck ups with some of the beginning season rewards, but for the most part, they have 50 fucking gears. I mean, the company is named Grinding Gear Games. They've got 50 fucking gears moving, and somehow they're able to do the whole thing with no PTR. How is this possible? What is this? Do you really think the problem was the PTR?
20th at 11 a.m. Pacific. All of the major dudes from the campfire chats are going to be there in order to detail the massive...
March 20th. Holy fuck. 11... Oh, fuck. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna wake up early. I'm gonna make sure I set. Oh no, I have an alarm for. I have something I have to do tomorrow before I go live. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wake up. Oh my god, if I can wake up at 12 for this, I will 100% watch this live. I have to fucking watch this live.
Itemization changes coming to Season 4. They will discuss affixes, item stats, the Codex of Power, and the new in-game systems that will change the way you slay and loot across both the Seasonal and Eternal realms.
Really hoping this is going to be good. I am really hoping it. I love the aesthetic of Diablo 4. Listen, I know it sounds like copium. I want to cope. I want to cope. I want to. This is their last chance, guys. This is it.
Itemization and in-game have easily been the 2 most, I would say, controversial, but really everyone agrees. It's the most discussed point in the game at the moment. There's the meme of damn.
What about damage on Tuesdays? You're right. But what about like the fact that building your character's too easy? It's boring. Like, I personally think that skill trees are too simple and Paragon boards are too complex. I think that like the balance of like complexity is way, way off.
On Tuesdays because the affixes don't feel good to acquire. It's an ARPG in which the loot that you get never actually makes you excited. And because they were able to salvage this Season 3 after the very harsh feedback came in quickly all over the place, they have now decided that what they're also going to be doing is putting these changes onto a public test realm. They're going to discuss how to access our first public test realm in Diablo 4.
I'll try it. I'll fucking try it. Why not? Actually, wait. No, I probably won't, because unless it comes out that day, I'll be playing Dragon's Dogma 2. Like, if it comes out like a week after, bro, it's not going to happen.
Available to PC Battle.net users. This PTR allows you to get your first taste of the changes coming to Season 4. We'll listen closely to your feedback to make adjustments before the season arrives for all. They're basically doing this to avoid another Season 3 fiasco of horrible negativity coming out from the beginning because it was a pretty negative launch. In order to make the game better, they're just going to have us look at it, see if there's feedback that needs to be sent, etc. before the season even launches. Now, while
season of dick eating, I can't wait. Like, if they make the game better, I will play the season again. I will. Nobody plays Diablo 4? No, people will come back and play Diablo 4. I think that a lot of people came back and played Season 2, and that a lot of people, if Season 3 was good, they would have come back and played. But there wasn't a big hook for Season 3. That's the truth. You think? Yeah, back, I never played it. Oh, yeah, for sure, right? I mean, because dead game, bad game, right? Sure. But like D4 bad. I do want Diablo to be a good game. I do. And I want it to be a good game if for no other reason than it's good for PoE and Last Epoch that there's another competitor in the space that keeps them sharp. I am a genuine believer of competition breeds excellence, and I want Diablo 4 to be a good game. Even if you hate Diablo 4 and you love PoE, you should want Diablo 4 to be a better game because it will in turn make PoE a better game. Like, that's the truth.
The PTR is cool. I do believe that it took them quite a long time. I mean, the game's been out since June, and very quickly after that, people started to send the feedback about itemizations. It took them that long in order to get the itemization changes ready to present. So even with feedback sent, unless it's minor tweaks, I doubt we're seeing an entire overhaul.
Well, they'll be able to take your feedback into consideration and make changes for Season 11.
Of this. So at this point, what we see is probably pretty close to what we're going to get with some minor tweaks. Much how like when we saw Season...
Too big to succeed, bro. Too big to succeed. Like, I wish that they would just look at the guys, like, for example, I think that probably a lot of the guys that work on Diablo 4, I think some of them are fucking dumb, but I don't think that all of them are dumb. Just figure out who the guys on the team are who aren't dumb, and then just tell them you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. You want to fix the game? All right, go ahead. Just do it. No, you don't have to ask anybody. Just fix the game. Because they've got to do something, man. Like, what they need to do is they need to do what WoW does. Like, World of Warcraft, like, I shit on WoW all the time. But, like, bro, Agrind is farming. Like, look at this. I'm going to pull this up right now. This dude is, like, a literal god. He is a, what do you call it? He's like one of the different, what do you call it? Classic WoW devs. And he is posting all the time, talking about changes being made to the game, talking about like philosophies that he has in the game, different things like, oh, these are an update. This is the developer update. We're talking about some different things. These are different things that we're adding. Raid size at level 60. Bro, look at this. This is fucking insane. Like, why is it Classic WoW is getting more attention and better effort than, like, anything? Than Diablo 4. This dude is going so hard for it. And it's, by the way, it's not just him, right? I mean, obviously, there's the whole Classic WoW team involved with it. But this is incredibly impressive. This is amazing. I don't think enough people respect and appreciate how much, and I'm going to even say the retail team. The retail is flawed in many ways, but the retail development team makes changes a lot faster than they ever have in the past. I can respect that. Why can't they do the same thing with Diablo 4? I don't get it. Just like Diablo 4 needs an Agrind. It needs somebody who will just who will come in there, talk about the game regularly, very like enthusiastic about it, educated about it, like thoughtful about it, and that will explain what is going on. The retail team's been communicating a lot more, especially in class discords. I know. Like, I've seen people tell me about it all the time. Like, why can't we have this for Diablo 4? Do you think Diablo 4 would be a good game or a better game without the Paragon board? I don't know, right? It depends. For that to happen, someone needs to know. Dude, there's got to be something. No, like, I mean, fuck. Like, some of the guys, like Joseph Piapor or whatever, fuck, I don't know how to say his last name. He tweets about playing the game. Adam Fletcher tweets about playing the game. Like, let's hear them talk about it more. Let's keep this going. Like, there needs to be a conversation about it. Like, for example, bro, like, whenever PoE makes a change that's bad, Chris Wilson himself gets down in the trenches writing manifestos on Reddit to be downvoted -1,000. And, oh, they didn't like that one? Well, I got another one. That's the kind of passion I want to see.
In 3, they were able to make it feel more enjoyable just by upping the loot, changing the pearl quantity, etc. We didn't actually change the entire fundamentals of the vaults. They just made them feel more enjoyable. I'm assuming that the feedback sent about the itemization changes will follow some similar regard. Now you might say, okay, DM, but remember here, after the launch of Diablo 4, you said that there were two major issues. There was core fundamentals about itemization that was lacking, but there was a core in-game gameplay loop that was lacking, and the Uber Duria, while being fun, eventually got boring. So the best case scenario is not only do we see itemization changes, but we see some in-game addition or changes as well. Now, for me personally, no matter how many D4 bad videos you may see that we all laugh at, I do actually believe there is a significant amount of people that want Diablo 4 to be good. I
don't think that there's anybody that genuinely wants it to be bad. I think most people want the game to be good. Like, nobody wants Diablo 4 to actually be a bad game. I mean, I'm sure there's some people, like maybe Quinn does. You think Quinn wants it to be a bad game? But like overall, yeah, I think that we all want it to be good. I don't know why there isn't more. Like, I think that they need to do more changes and they need to add more depth to the game. And I understand, maybe I don't understand like what their audience is, what their target audience is. Right, they're looking for people with like, 3 jobs, 11 kids, and 5 wives, right? Basically, they're looking for Elon Musk. And so guess what? That's going to be the goal. And so they don't want to have it to where there's like 50 different levels of complexity because like, fuck, like they're busy, right? They don't have time to like deal with all that. But like, I think Last Epoch shows that you can have a great degree of complexity while making it still consumable and making it approachable. Like, there are a lot of games that do complexity the right way. PoE does complexity the right and the wrong way. Because there's so much of it. So, like, why not at least try to make it a little bit more fulfilling for people that are like, that want to be a little bit more serious about the game? I don't know, man. There are some people who say it's bad regardless of how good the game is because Blizzard equals bad. True.
Him that way, and I've said this many times that I hope the game is good because I have a YouTube channel that covers it. I also live stream the game as well. I'm not going to play it when I don't like it.
I'm going to be honest, like it's better for me if it's bad. It is. Those videos are way more popular. But I still want the game to be good. Because the truth is, like, that's not even entirely true. Like, I like memeing about this, but take a look at this. So I'm going to look at my channel here. And if you look at a lot of the videos, like this is an Arc Thrones video. This is a literal 1-hour VOD. It has almost 500,000 views. And I love this this mod. This is basically Dark Souls 4. So like these games, like I make positive videos like this one right here. To be fair, this one got fucking awful viewership. But like, look at this, 480,000. This is a positive video. Rise of the Ronin, relatively positive video. Dark Souls mod, positive video. I make a lot of positive videos. Dragon's Dogma 2 gameplay is amazing. 480,000, 700,000. Like, people want to watch positive videos too. I'll tell you what people want. People want to hear the thing that they already think. They want to hear you say it. So, if they think the game's good, they want to hear you say the game's good. If they think the game's bad, they want to hear you say the game's bad. It's that simple. Right now, people want to hear the words that Diablo 4 is bad. Because it's bad. But if you go back in time to pre-release, my most popular videos were the ones where I was positive about Diablo 4. So if you want people to make positive content about the game, and you want to create a positive culture for the game, you just make the game good and people will make positive content about the game. Same as like PoE.
But I would hopefully like it in the future. So I myself have hopium, copium, whatever you want to call it, for the itemization changes that will be quite good. And I have a feeling that a large amount of people that watch this feel the same way. I don't think people are actually out there rooting for Diablo 4 to go to the ground so they can be like, yeah, it's now officially only has 52 players left or what have you. I think the game legitimately has people who want to log in and play it that feel like they currently cannot in its state because they just do not enjoy it. So because those people exist, I think Diablo 4 has one last chance if they show some really good.
How many of these videos did I make about WoW and like WoD and like BFA and Shadowlands? Like, I really like. I think this is so fucking funny. This is so funny. Like, Lost Ark. This apology stream is their last chance. The last apology stream was just a fluke. This is the real one. I love it. I think this is hilarious.
Good changes to the feedback that have been sent basically since the launch of the game. They have a chance to bring some of those players back in at a minimum to try it, or at least to get into PTR and see what they think. And if those players give it 20, 30 minutes to try it, they might actually end up enjoying it if they execute it well.
If they have a good premise for the PTR, I will try it out as long as it doesn't conflict with Dragon's Dogma 2.
They enjoy it.
I'll play it myself.
Might stick around to see what Season 4 has to offer outside of just itemization changes. And if that goes well, those people might be interested in buying their expansion pack. And the only reason I say that is because the stance I have had on the expansion for Diablo 4 is one and the same. I'm gonna buy it because my job is to play video games, and so like I'm just gonna buy it no matter what. And if you guys don't know if they're going to buy it or not, just watch me. I mean, you know, he's going to buy it. Like, Zizran's going to buy it. Everybody's going to buy it. Just watch somebody play the game. And it's like, if it, you know, if it is what it is, then just don't buy it. It's that simple. It's a hard job. It is. Willing to give more money to a product that I feel the core fundamental product is flawed. I'm not going to buy a turbo kit for a car that has an engine that already has problems with it. So they need to fix the core fundamentals of the game first. This has always been my opinion. And if they do so, they might bring enough goodwill back from the players to look into their expansion. So not only is it good for the players and in their best interest for them to actually have itemization and in-game changes to be good coming into this PTR, but it's also in Blizzard's best interest to fix the core fundamentals of the
I wish Blizzard understood that it was in their best interest to fix the game. Is there somebody that can please tell them that? Like, if they make the game good for Season 4, I will buy one of the $70 horses. I will. I'll do it. Because, and I don't want to, and I know it's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Like, I have a very, very doomer perspective on this game. I am, like, I will play it, and I will be optimistic, but...
game if they expect the consumer base to be willing to hand them even more money on a product that has problems. So honestly, I believe this campfire chat right here is the most important bit of Diablo information that we will be receiving since the launch of the game.
I love it. Oh God, March 20th at 11 a.m. Okay, guys, we gotta be there. It's Pacific time, so it's really 1 p.m. for me. I gotta be live by like 12, I'd say. So hopefully I can not be a piece of shit, right?
This is more important than the BlizzCon announcements where they talked about the Gauntlet leaderboard. But I think it's more important than the little art they're doing for the leaderboards and any of the other type of stuff. This is easily the biggest change or announcement since the launch of the game, because it's not only going to show what's coming to the game, but it's going to show if players can have hope in the game's development. If the itemization releases are very poor, people are just going to lose faith entirely and no longer even care about the game. But if people log in and look at it and think, oh, wow, I'm actually surprised at what they were able to accomplish, maybe they're going to be able to salvage this game after all, then that would be quite important. But in the worst case scenario, where these itemization changes are not good and people spend the time one more time to log in and feel like they got disappointed again, people are going to still feel...
I remember season 3, I woke up at 1 o'clock and I was like, should I go live to stream the release of Diablo 4 season 3? And I watched Quinn's stream and he was doing the very beginning of the game. And everybody was like, so you get a bug? And I'm like, I'm going to go back to bed.
Bad about the purchase they spent. They're not going to want to buy the expansions or anything like that. They're not going to want to log in for season 4. And we're going to have all of that information before season 4 even arrives because of the public test realm. So this campfire chat here and the public test realm release, whenever we actually get that playable, is the biggest announcement, whatever, in Diablo 4 in terms of its lifespan since the launch of the game, at least in my opinion. But I will be flying to LA here tomorrow in the morning, actually, to get some gameplay on Path of Exile 2.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. Like, I wanted to go to the event. Like, I'm pretty sure I got invited to go to it. Yeah, I know I did. I ended up not going because I really, really, really don't like to travel, and I feel bad about it because it would have been really fun to meet up with everybody. But yeah, I'm just a piece of shit. That's the reason I'm a piece of shit.
And Path of Exile 2 beta starts on June 7th. So there's some competition in the field as well, and I will have information available for you on that, so you can see that when I come back here as well on Monday. Feel free to subscribe to the video if you want to see notification of when that Path of Exile 2 gameplay footage and all that interview and everything that I record is available. Thanks for liking the video and leaving a comment on this situation, and I will see you on the next one.
There it is. I mean, like, holy fuck. The thing is that I totally agree with them that I really want the game to be good. I genuinely really want Diablo 4 to be a good game. I do. I have almost no faith that it will be good because I don't think that any aspect of the game other than some of the key art for the game is good. I don't think that the story is good. I don't think the nuts and bolts of the actual interactions and the gameplay is good. I don't think that the itemization is good. I don't think the bosses are good. I don't think that the mob types are good. I don't think that the open world events are good. I don't think that the world bosses are good. I don't think that... I think the graphics are great. The graphics of the game look great. The pet AI is... Well, the pet AI, like, fucking Rod Ferguson keeps playing Necromancer on a fucking controller. Can you please play it on a keyboard for one season to see how fucking dog shit it is? Like, just you auto-target corpses on a controller. You don't do that with keyboard and mouse. You telling me that, like, they can't program that? Of course they can. They literally did for controller. I don't know why. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's so annoying. Rod is unwell? No, I don't think he's unwell. He's just like, I don't know. Like, how do you fucking main Necromancer? And the best Necromancer build every single time is a build that doesn't use pets. Oh, God. Or it's some Ring of Men Down, like, bug build. Like, oh. Well, I'm gonna have to fucking lay down. I feel like I gotta lay down. Like, I'm getting so upset.